What's up? What's up? What's up? Monday live stream.
What's
How we
up?
doing,
What's
everyone?
up?
KC in the house. Sam
What up,
Solid
what up?
stopping by. Frankie D hanging out here. Market just made new lows on the day. Once it gave that up, it dropped hard. I got to the next spot I was interested in. I think it's still going to come lower, and this daily's starting to look a little bit rough. The 50-day moving average, right where we opened. Big upper wick now. Not looking great. But hey, I'm making money.
Hell yeah.
Make sure we get this sent out everywhere. Jordan's Wi-Fi went out apparently, so we'll see where he's at. But welcome in, everyone. I see the chat coming in here. I see Brent. I see Mike. I see David, Cameron, King Faces, Peter. Everyone's sliding in. What's that? How we doing? How's everyone? Are you guys getting chopped up? Are we managing it okay? Hopefully we're hanging out and making a little bit of money, staying out of trouble. Whippy price action would be the term I'd use. Very whippy.
Whip it real good.
Well, VIX is above 20.
Clear lower highs all day across the market, though. You look at Friday's session to today's session, lower highs and lower lows. Since Friday morning's pump, lower highs, lower lows. You guys didn't believe me. I said I wanted 200 points lower. Here we are, 300 points lower. What is up? What's up? What's up? I see everyone sliding in. Got a little chop today. No problem. No problem. Oh, Sam Solid, what's going on?
Not much. Usually during these points of the market, I don't do a lot of trading, and I just focus on companies that I'm thinking about buying. So I've been digging into like some companies over the weekend on Semiconductor and Zeta. Hey man, I've been hedged the whole way down and stayed hedged. Like I had a 3% position in IWM put spreads that are just printing right now and is really saving a lot from the drawdown. But yeah, I mean, whatever has led the way down is probably going to continue being a good short.
I don't know if anybody's been watching crypto, but good Lord.
Wait, what's crypto doing? What's crypto doing?
Dead. It's dead.
It's dead.
VR is way worse. Way worse.
It's almost like somebody pounded the table on BMNR. Like absolutely pounded the table.
Are they here?
Isn't that Evan's like second largest long-term holding right now?
Holy
I
shit.
think so. In his public portfolio, I know it is. The Tom Lee hype is
Oh no.
I don't know if anybody's looked at MSTR either, but I don't know if you've been to Niagara Falls, but
I thought Jim Chan was closed short was the bottom.
all right, hold on, everybody be quiet.
Can you hear me, Mike check? I'm outside, so it might sound really bad. Does it?
It sounds pretty rough, but glad you're here, Evan.
BM&R
Weird,
is
I
now
don't.
no longer my BM&R is now no longer my largest holding. Not because I sold any, because it's down a bunch and Apple is now back in it.
Oh
We're
no!
laughing with you. We're laughing with you, friend. Oh man. No, it's just crypto and the whole crypto market is just dying. You
For the
can't even get a
record,
dead
that
countdown.
portfolio, that public portfolio EMP is 90% of what I have. So yeah.
Okay, I mean, I figured it probably was. But hey, it's always a new day in the market, right? Yeah, crypto looking rough today. I don't know. The whole market's very iffy right now. This daily candle with just under 2 hours left is going to look really bad. I mean, look at QQQ daily candle open up right below the 50-day, put in a big upper wick of sell pressure and push down. That is concerning to me. Very
Hey,
similar on
look
SPY.
at the most recent one in the chat. Look at that. And they locked in $3,400 in gains today, just watching and listening to the best crew. Let's go.
Who's that? Let's go.
That
Maria?
is, yeah. Look at that.
Let's go. I'm gonna put some wolves and some W's in the chat for that. Let's go.
That's what we love to see.
Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give a like to the stream, help support us a little bit as we do this for you guys. And boy, Visa. Once this started, this was a nice short.
So
DC,
called
I
it
should
out.
have followed you on
Yeah.
this
So
one.
called it out this morning. I mean, if you want to lock in a little bit here intraday, not a bad spot to do it. I'm personally looking for more. Same thing with Datadog. It did just break down underneath 180. Gave a nice little intraday move there for a trim. Both those names looking good, but I want lower on Visa and the
Datadog
DOG.
170.
Yeah,
on D-Dog.
yeah, essentially, that's where I'm looking for to enter back into this gap fill. So looking for a move to 177, break that, get the move down 175, 170, 165, 166. We'll be in runners by that point. Full gap fills down there, I think, just underneath 160. So I got a little bit of time on these puts, but I mean, that and Visa, they're green intraday, so not bad. I also did the deed. I did the deed on Google. So,
Dude, so I mentioned this earlier, but when you look at the visual here of Google, the one thing that I want to bring to everyone's attention, what is going on over here? Okay.
oh, your Google candle's red. Mine's green.
Yeah, well, I color it based on open
There
to
we go.
close instead of previously.
I had the wrong setting on turned on for that chart. That's why. I just changed it back.
It's a personal preference thing. You know, people do it differently. The one thing I would say about Google is if you go back to the last quarter, so the 13F that just came out was for this quarter right here.
Q's new low.
So from
almost
from here, good Lord, wrong button. From here to here is the last quarter. If I had to guess, Berkshire probably bought in this range somewhere. Like just based on the end of the quarter here and the beginning of the quarter here, this is the most likely spot that they were buying. So they were probably up almost 50% on their position. And everyone like pumps it and chases into it because Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, disclosed that they hold a position there. That doesn't mean they're selling it. Doesn't mean, anything. I'm just saying, just for the context, they probably own it around 200 a share. If I just me guessing, they probably own it down here in this area, and it's up here now.
Yup.
So just because they put out this 13F on Friday doesn't mean they just recently bought it in any of this. They could have they could have bought it as high as 250 at the most. So I think at worst, if they bought the absolute like highest spot of last quarter, they're still up, $30, $40 a share. But I just want to make sure that that's clear to everyone on this 13F stuff. Tesla rejected right at the 9 EMA and that 420 area.
Also,
Go ahead.
it's only a 1.6% position in the portfolio.
I mean, it was top 10, so
it's not a lot to that.
It was top 10. I think it was top 10. Maybe it was number 11. It was basically top 10. But either way, Ackman sold last quarter. And
I just see a good risk to reward opportunity here for a look over and fail and a gap to fill below now.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I mean, I'm in Google puts, and I mean, it could be a hot take because it has been one of the strongest names up here. But just looking at the chart, risk to reward and everything, I like it.
Tesla looks bad too.
Yeah, Tesla. I mean,
Nvidia. I don't care about Nvidia until earnings are over. But so Tesla, you rejected right on the daily 9. You rejected all this consolidation, relief bounce. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's still green on the day, but it's a tough looking chart. I am excited for Netflix. I kind of want the dust to settle here a little bit more. I don't know if it's going to hold this area or if it wants to come down a little bit lower to like some previous highs or this trend line down here. But I am excited to start trading Netflix options once the market starts cooperating a little bit better. I mean, Meta's about to go sub 600 right now.
Is it really?
Yep. $606, 600.06 just hit.
Damn.
And you look at these big names, almost all these charts have super ugly candles and rejections today.
Tell you what, I'm about to close for a loss here, and that's Oracle. Oracle's
Evan
not.
tried to call me a negative Nancy this morning. I was saying we were going 200 points lower.
Well, here we are.
Here we are, 300 points lower.
That's wild.
Cindy, no news today, actually. So there's really been no news. This is purely technical, in my opinion. Somebody can make a different argument if they want. My argument is this is purely technical. When you look at what's been happening, I mean, I think the easiest way to look at it is you have a 50-day moving average and a strong uptrend fighting a downtrend. So shorter term downtrend fighting a bull market uptrend. And that's why price is getting whippy around different directions. But my claim for the last several weeks has been, the market's going to keep trying to pump into good news, and it's basically it needed to run out of good news at some point to kind of remove some froth from the market. And that's kind of what I'm seeing is like, okay, what's the next like positive catalyst we're looking forward to? Nvidia possibly could be the next one, but right now you're getting a return of a lot of macro data that's coming in that like NFP we're getting on Thursday morning after Nvidia earnings on Wednesday afternoon after the market. So some of those pieces I think are a part of this, but what I just see like, oversold, technical bounces that are back testing and rejecting. So that's what I have. I mean, if anybody's got a different opinion, I would love to hear it, but I don't see, I follow news pretty closely. I haven't seen hardly any news stories or anything that, that would tell me anything differently. And what I'm seeing on the technical side of things is pretty clear. That's my take on it, Cindy. Ghost, you're gonna go open an OF?
Let's go.
I don't hate the idea. I mean, I'm good. My account's almost at all-time high. And I'm up on the futures from last night and today. So I was hedging into this. Now this morning, obviously on that bounce, I was a little underwater on a lot of these hedges, but now they're pretty profitable now. Let's get our man Will in here with us hanging out.
Looks like they want 66.50 on SPX.
What's up? Sorry, I lost internet earlier. That was really weird.
Jordan did too. I don't know if there's we getting cyber attacked.
Yeah, I don't know. I lost.
I say you.
I have Comcast, so it must be a me thing.
Yeah,
I was just listening. You were saying the technical nature of the market, just about where we are, and I think I was saying that a little bit last week. It's just like we're kind of in that mode where a lot of the charts don't look that great, and rallies are likely going to get sold in the short term until we get some.
Yeah. Well, you talk about under the hood all the time, and this was the next thing I was going to bring up. So you just joined in perfect time. But here's ADD, right? This is Friday, and then this is today. This is the zero line, just where this yellow line is marked up here. This is basically the zero line. Friday, never got above the zero line. Today, even though price was pushing up this morning, look at ADD. ADD has been down all day long. Look at Valdi. You guys hear Casey talk about Valdi. Valdi, here's let's see, let me mark a zero line on Valdi for you guys here. What's the easiest way to try to mark zero? It's somewhere right, close enough, right? But here's Valdi. Look at Valdi today. Price action this morning did like this, right? Valdi's just been off a cliff all day. So even though price was moving up, when internals are moving down, that should be a warning sign just flashing. And we're making new lows of the day again here. But that's what also was catching my attention as this morning. I mean, look at SPX. Let me do this right here. This morning, price pushed up, it bounced, it was pushing up again. And you look at that, or you look at SPY, and you say, okay, wait, price is pushing up, price is bouncing again. You know, something decent must be going on, right? Well, price can lie to you sometimes because here's the internals of the market. A cliff all day. ADD.
Yeah, you look at some of the sectors.
Oof.
I mean, financials are getting hit pretty good today. You look at the XLF, you look at the KRE, the regional banks again. Small caps are down.
Look, XLF never went green today. Banks never went green today at all.
Yeah,
Heck, wicked yesterday or Friday's close. This is XLK. Wicked Friday's close, never went green. And we are rugged.
I said it this morning. Did anyone want to short banks with me? JPN, Bank of America. Nobody wanted to do it. It left me all alone.
That's when I said fentanyl banks. I remember that conversation.
We're starting to get to an area in the broader context of the market when you start to look at these charts where you say, okay, you look at the XLF, which is now again testing this like lower, 5150 area, and you say, okay, we were down there in November, we were down there in October, and now you say, okay, path of least resistance is likely lower, and then it starts to put in this overhead supply. Now you do have, I think, the 200-day is right below us, but just the price action itself is not healthy. So it's going to be a challenge. I think we talked about this a little bit in the last couple of weeks. XLF did rally, and then it just gave it all back in 3 days. So if you start to get these bigger weighting sectors like XLF.
KRE lost. Did you see KRE today?
It's tough. Yeah, KRE is another one. Yep. Weak.
KRE lost the 200-day today again.
Yeah, Capital One is a big contributor to that. Capital One is down a little over 4%.
Wrecked.
Yeah. So I think until further notice, I mean, in the broad market, just keep it simple. You go back to the moving averages and you say, all right, if we're below, if you want to use the 9 and the 20 or 821, 921, you stay below those areas. Like I'd be looking for probably more short-term shorting the pops and look for a little bit of downside in the short term. Obviously, NVIDIA's earnings are the big thing. I mean, that could obviously pull tech right back to the top if it's great and they beat and it goes higher. It'll pull all the semis with it.
We're under that weekly 9 again here after testing it a couple times.
What's the 50 at? The 50 day. Just pulling that up.
On which
SPX.
It was right where we opened, 6708-ish.
Right. So now close down.
You look at the intraday price action. This is where we held. We held it in the morning. We held it in midday, and we tried to bounce again there. And then once that broke, 6700 is kind of your gamma area as well. So within that kind of 8-point range, once that broke, you can see we just fell apart.
Yep, indeed.
I did take a light trim on V.
On V.
Oh, we thought you froze.
V. I said
No,
you said
on
V.
No, on V, not V.
I was like, well, I'm on a cliff over here, Casey. Help me.
No.
I'm falling.
Thought he lagged out.
Yeah, no, because you like looked down at your phone, so you like your head froze too. I was like, no.
Oh, sorry, my brain glitch. No, V. Yeah. So let me see. If you look at Bank of America on a monthly chart, if you go all the way back to the highs, and when I say back, I mean 2007. So go to Bank of America, go to a monthly chart and look at 2007 and go and mark those freaking highs. Yeah.
Why do I already have something marked back there?
Right? So, I mean...
Textbook short setup.
Yeah.
On a big time frame, too.
Yeah. So, here, let's go ahead. Let's put our money where our mouth is real quick. Hold up. $50 puts.
What's the weekly look like?
I mean,
on the 9 right there. It'd be a tough entry spot unless it breaks or closes lower than this.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going. I mean, it's the first day of the week.
I'm going to do JPM as well.
XLF just looks clean as day to me, though.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I agree with that.
$51 puts looks like it's coming.
Yeah, so you start to unpack this in a more broader context on where do we go a little bit more, short to medium term, which I would say is like the next 6 weeks. Unless we get, I mean, they just don't look great to the upside. Not to say we can't rally, but the other one I was looking at is if you look at XLI, which is the industrial spider. Yeah. Yep. Kind of look at this big base we've had the last, 3, 4, 5 months. And, we obviously put in a little bit more. We start getting towards this 150 area, breaking 149. Now that puts some supply above you as well. You're getting a little bit oversold on, the shorter term, but that's a big base that if that breaks, now you get financials, you get industrials. Now you start to kind of set up a little bit more meaningful move for the S&P. It's going to tread water a little bit more without participation in these names if they don't rally. So the question is,
every way I look at these charts right now, it's just like I'm getting more bearish. This is
WFC.
Yeah.
WFC, another bank name, Wells Fargo puts coming in for January 2026.
So the question is, where do we go? I mean, let's big broad context. Where are we going? Like, what are the levels we're looking at? Like, let's say over the next 3 to 4 weeks, what do you see? You gotta. I guess
I think this is a very pivotal. I think we're in a very pivotal week. But what I have, I mean, we need to test these 2 lows here on the SPY and SPX. But it's your next spots 657, 654 areas. I think those 2 areas are going to get tested next. If you're just looking for next levels down, That's what I have on SPX. It's 6,600 and 6,550. So I mean, it's just in $50 increments, just working its way down on the chart. NDX, it's another 100 points lower or so, but we need to probably test 24,500. We stopped just short of that the other day. You see all this area of interest back here. So that would be kind of my next area for. I mean, you can go to your daily and weekly and kind of look at previous week's lows to kind of track, but that's kind of how I'm playing it, just level to level. But today and this week, I think, are going to make a big difference in the big, because if it does like come down here and gets bought back up, my problem right now is when I look at a lot of charts, I mean, from your Mag 7 to your indices to whatever, there's a lot of charts that are structure breaking, and you almost need like some type of structure for me to want to long them.
Yeah,
anywhere. And shorting, like, I mean, if you reshorted today or if you've been in a short, I think you're fine because of the structure break. But until like if you're trying to get short here, your risk reward is tough in a bull market.
Yep.
But I don't see any like clear signs to try to long stuff right now, and I would need some structure to build out. I mean, when I look at any of these charts, I mean, let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft's kind of all over the place, but it kind of led us down. Microsoft is in no man's land. It doesn't look terrible, but rejecting short-term EMAs. You see here's the 9 that they can't close a candle over. You see the 21 up there at the top of the wicks twice now, and it's underneath all the other simple moving averages.
Yeah, if we start to lose those lows, like you lose, 4. What is that? What are those lows? That like 495 area roughly. It kind of you're going to get some more aggressive sellers, especially if you look at like the weekly chart.
Well, it's because you're going to have a lot of people that stop out. So a lot of people are going to have their stops at this level. So if it breaks the level, that's where it can really accelerate until it finds the next level. There was another one. Amazon's trying to fill this gap still. I don't know that I would be excited about it unless it came down here. I mean, if it holds the 50-day, maybe, but I mean, almost all these charts just look. I mean, you're looking at this on Apple.
Yep, I was just looking
on
at
the
that.
ledge.
I was about to say that. Yeah, like we're kind of breaking below. The 21
right here.
Yeah,
you break this level, and you're on the ledge back down to probably previous all-time high. Another $6-7 lower. 50 days probably catching up at that point.
So they don't look great. I think, even Google, you're going to have a big topping tail probably that forms today on the daily. And then you start to...
Every one of these daily, the daily looks so bad on so many things.
Right. So I think advice to everybody is if you're trading here, I wouldn't be rushing to look to long anything, because none of the bigger broad context of the sectors themselves, whether we looked at financials and some of the banks and stuff like that, or you start looking at the major Mag 7, Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. Now you look at the semis, Oracle, Broadcom. Like Oracle's been crushed. Even Palantir starting to break down. That's another one. So I think you got to trade them. If you're gonna trade options, maybe you do some sideways action or sell call spreads or risk reversal, stuff like that is probably the play for now.
Watch ticker C,
Citigroup. Holy.
Yeah, Hood just drilling. I was going to bring that up. That's another one.
So look, we drew this trend line a while back. It broke the trend line. It bounced off this box. We drew on this. Me and Will actually were together.
Yep.
And we drew this box of area of interest, and it bounced off of that and basically back tested this trend line. And it's coming straight through it with force. I mean, this is down 8% with force.
Yeah. So I drew some fibs on there from before. I was looking at the 106 levels kind of is the 38.2 from this year's low. And it kind of gives you that congestion to the left there. And then it looks like 92 roughly is the next one, which is a 50% retracement. But look at where the 200 is, all the way down at 86.
Yeah, so, way down there.
I mean,
This could do something like this until the 200 catches up too, and those could time out.
Yep.
But
Watch
you have to wait
MS.
and let them time out. We're drilling, by the way.
Yeah, dude, banks. Look at Morgan Stanley, JPM, Citigroup, Wells Fargo. They're fucking dying.
Yeah.
Look at Morgan Stanley right now. Look at this
Like
chart.
we're headed straight to Friday's low.
This is
Everything,
insane.
everything's drilling. You guys thought it was crazy. We're down 400 points.
I am short the banks. I am short DDOG, new lows. I am short Visa, new lows. I am short Google.
Yeah. Meta lost 600, 598. Yeah, they're
Major issues here.
Yeah, the other one I always go back to is looking at HYG and the junk bonds and the high yield, and that chart also does not look good. We're back at this like $80 level on HYG, and that's the one that it bounced last week and then started to sell off midweek. And I'm just like, if this thing loses $80, it's going to probably drag the broad market with it. So now when you start looking at all these charts, you go level by level. Maybe NVIDIA changes that this week, but if it doesn't, ultimately, I think the healthy spot for the broad market, SPX, I really think the 6150 area is got to be a great, it would be a healthy correction. It would be nice to kind of reset some of these names, and that's probably an area. I mean, it's far away from here to think about, but we start to lose some of these levels, it could get there a lot faster than you think. And it's not, quick 600-point move. You got the 200-day right there that sets up perfect for it. I mean, there's a lot of signposts that I see kind of towards that direction.
Visa puts are at 320.
There we go. What's up, T Jizzle? Super chat. Puts on SPY and SoFi printing. Absolutely. I'm in SPY puts for Friday still, and they were underwater and they're up very nicely now. I was adding to them today. What does SoFi look like? We'll come back to some of the charts here as well. SoFi back into that 28, little rejection, 50-day lost. This one's a pretty clear. Look how many times you held the 50-day through here. And then you came through it, but I think they had something was going on here. I know they had earnings back here, but I guess maybe that last push in the market or whatever. But now definitively losing the 50-day and getting some follow through that. I don't know where it goes to, but that one's ugly. HIMS I've been very bearish on. It got to the full target on Friday, bounced, and look how quickly this one got sold right back off. This is a strong downtrend on HIMS. That looks terrible. Dell, I think, got downgraded today. It's almost back to the 200-day.
Yeah, I was looking at let me go. I didn't
ARM trying to bounce on the 200-day and falling right back under.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm excited to try this new overlay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I will say that if we get a big, we got time left in this month, obviously, but start going out to the weekly and monthly candles and say, okay, if we get if you get a bearish engulfing monthly candle, that's definitely going to have some more significance on this chart, especially after 6 straight months up. If it engulfs the last month, something we got to pay attention to. But I mean, what's up with all the quantum stocks? They still blasting all those? I haven't really looked at those at all.
I pulled those up a little bit earlier because I was just curious.
Oh, Rigetti! Wow, they killed that thing down to 24. Wow.
IONQ is doing okay. Rigetti. Yeah. DCCX is on that list. That one looks really bad. Oh, man.
All right, took a
What
like
were the
to
other-
DDOG.
Almost typed in DDOG.
It's just so funny when I look at these charts, like in all the euphoria and then the quick back off. It's like, God, I've seen this movie so many times, and I love how there's so many people just think it's going to end up different. you get the
you sing
reverse
Poet.
mean,
Remember, everyone was
I
Everyone
just
was
closed
getting
that
this
for a
Poet.
loss. It's
This
right on that
chart.
monthly trend line, but I'm like, it's. I gotta start doing some management here across the board. I'm entering into new positions, and it's one of the ones that I don't like right now anymore.
I know.
I'm
I know.
just,
Before, did you guys get in? Did anybody short Tesla on the 420s on the bounce?
I know we talked about it this morning. That's where I closed the calls, but I did not flip short.
I did see Robinhood announce adding shorts. Thought maybe that would be maybe that was a bottom signal. It was not. It was not.
No, it was not.
Rambler. No, there's no macro event. There's no news. It's just, in my opinion, and I said I don't know if Will was here just yet. I think he heard some of it, but my opinion is just purely technical. I mean, you're downtrending. Your internals and under the hood stuff is weak. Your froth is getting removed from the market. You bounce off of. You're still in a bull market, so you're bouncing. You've got buyers still passively trying to come in against a short-term downtrend versus a long-term uptrend. That's where the market can get really whippy.
Yep, exactly.
And we're about to get to Friday's low here.
I mean, on the for those, I do like I like some of the oscillators. Like I use the RSI just to kind of look for divergences and stuff. And I mean, you've had in the past month and a half, 2 months, you've been setting up some negative divergences in the S&P on bigger time frames. So, eventually the divergences do start to play out. They can take time, but they will eventually. If you look at it, yeah, the RSI is perfect. I mean, these things, been kind of rolling over since mid-September. Those highs, the highs of the most recent highs at 69.20 that we put in, RSI never made a new high. It's right there. So that momentum is just fading, and eventually, they always end up breaking when you get multiple negative divergences. So if you take from a big picture and you say, okay, my trading plan and what I'm doing, and the stuff we're talking about here is, you take the sectors, you look at the sectors, whether the financials and healthcare and staples, and you kind of start to build out this broad context, and you say, okay, I'm below the moving averages. We've had some stuff break down, and you start looking at these charts, and you go by the Mag 7, the big heavy weighted stuff, and start to say, hey, the charts don't look good. Those are kind of the signs that I look at from a big picture standpoint of what could be the next thing to happen. And that's why you're kind of getting that selling.
All right, make sure you lock some in on DDOG and Visa here. Looking good. Bank still pulling back. Morgan Stanley, new lows. Wells Fargo, new lows.
American Express getting hammered today also.
Dude, like I fucking love this. Ticker AFRM as well. It's another one we covered last night on the stream. Wanted to see the move all the way down to 66.55. Dude,
That don't look good either.
There it is. Dude, we covered all of this shit, man. These charts are freaking hitting today right now.
You looked at crypto? Oh my god.
Fucking
I haven't even looked at Bitcoin today.
Dude, look at it. Look, it's dead.
Free fall.
It's so dead. Ethereum just broke 3K. Oh my god.
yeah, I just saw someone put that in the Discord.
Who was it? Was
Hope
it
you're putting it in the chat.
Tom Lee last week said it was going to 150,000 by year end? That's a big rally, I'll tell you what.
We're down 40% from the high on Ethereum.
Damn.
Bitcoin's about to go red year over year. It's only up 1% from a year ago.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You know, that's
see
the other
this?
thing. In the past 3-4 weeks that we've been on this channel talking about this, we have consistently talked about how Bitcoin has underperformed in the structure and break of trend, and it's literally been telling you. I mean, like, I think Bitcoin's been probably the best leading indicator for what the broad market's done in the last 3 weeks.
I mean, people say you can use it as a risk on, risk off indicator. If you started shorting when Bitcoin started breaking over right here, about when the market started finally rolling over once it completely broke. This was clean as can be.
That
Oh my
retest of 107.5 after the breakdown of 98. So you had the breakdown right there. Boom.
Right here.
Retest under the moving averages, right against those levels. That's a perfect short setup. Bang. Yep. And drill.
Drill team Minx.
Oh my god, Visa, just die. Just don't even stop. Just daily, just drip, 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 drip.
Coinbase is down 8.5. Holy.
Like, I want to see 321, 320 tomorrow. No bounces, not a single green candle ever coming in. Just die.
You know, it's funny. I love to hear everybody say, "What's the news? Like, what's the event?" And it's like, you know, for those who haven't been trading long, there's going to be a two-sided market, and you can have a market that drifts sideways to lower for a few months or whatever. There'll be two-sided trade, which is great.
JPM. Oh my god.
¿Cómo se dice?
Fuck, dude. I gotta set alerts on these charts because this is gonna get out of hand.
Dude,
we hit the next.
Should have got the wine glass.
No, dude, the wine glass stops things. I'm never putting a wine glass on here again.
The hoop, the basketball hoop.
Yeah, dude, that would have been a good one today.
That would have been a good one.
Just that guy right here, just munching on it.
Oh my god, I don't have enough screens. I need more screens.
What's even crazier, there's been like no macro news at all. Trump is speaking live right now, but he's with what's his name? Sepp Blatter, the FIFA president.
I mean, there's
a stock that looks decent in my long term. NEE.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Nextera Energy. Honestly, that's Nextera. The utilities in general, they will be a good place to hide in any volatility, and rate cuts are a positive for utility companies. So.
All right, I'm gonna set an order for Datadog at 500 for $100 per contract gain, and then moving us up to entry if that hits.
This does not look like it's stopping. IWM new low.
I don't think we're gonna stop.
Dude, I was like 2 weeks early as IWM puts. Frank here?
Yeah, IWM looks like a sick puppy.
Especially with the talks of rate cuts not happening in December.
Yeah, right.
Somebody said the Satan rally instead of Santa.
Really? Yeah, IWM is on the. That one's been on the dailies. Looked ugly for the last 2 weeks. I mean, just nothing constructive on IWM in the last couple weeks.
If you're having trouble, you could do this.
That's another one.
Does this chart look like would you long this?
No. Yes. I would now.
Oh, you got me.
And this bullish, look at this bullish hammer right here on the inverted chart.
Yeah. IWM,
That's
new lows of the day.
Dude, it's
IWM looks like it's in a full-on like breakout here.
Yeah.
This is it looks like a downtrend breakout on the inverted chart.
just keep selling these banks. IWM sell to 230. Like, just let's keep it moving and grooving.
The 200 on XLF is right here at what is that? 5139 or 5132?
Just remove the indicator from your screen. Then
We
then
just said it right there.
Yeah, then the support just goes away. Just
Yep.
oh, I just got an alert on.
Oh, we
Oh
just
my
broke. We're hit. Here's
I just got an alert
here
on
comes the
Apple.
low. Yeah, SPY just broke Friday's low.
What's MasterCard doing? MA. I was gonna short that, but the options are even
New
harder.
lows getting killed.
Is it?
Yep.
I wanted
New
to
lo-
short
new-
it with Visa, but Visa just looked a little bit more constructive for the downside, but that one's playing out too. I mean, look at that weekly. And that's disgusting.
Yeah, MasterCard, I think, probably drills right to, I mean, not today, but it's going to go to 527. That's where you got some lows from June.
Yeah. God, I should cover something here. Jesus. What am I up? Hold on.
That's what I'm covering, some puts.
I should. I haven't trimmed my Googles. Google's not really. I still need a lot more on Google. What's it? It's at the opening low right now. I need it to break through this area.
Look
Oh,
at
there
my
it is.
Rivian 2 today.
Rivian
I
puts
have
are up
not-
20%.
Hey,
I have not seen ticks
Hey.
this bearish in, I couldn't tell you the last. I mean, look at the amount of minus 1,000 ticks we've had today. A lot. And I wouldn't even see this, the
167,
selling's aggressive,
yeah.
but it's not like we're down 3-4%, but there is a lot of selling under the surface.
gosh.
24/7. And
Yeah, no, anything. It just broke everything. ES just bearish engulfed.
Let me see if they fill this order at
then
350.
Q wants 24/7.
I don't think they're going to fill this order.
This is a full-on bearish engulf on the S&P.
All
On
right,
ES, I'm sorry.
I took another one off on V at 345.
This is a good trim spot if you are short, though.
Yep.
Oh, my man T Chisel is printing. Jarrett, you're all over that ES. Let's go. Walmart always looks good. Tyler,
I know.
just want to throw that in there.
Right? Still looks great.
When our earnings are on what, Wednesday or Thursday?
Let me just double check to be
Oh,
completely
shit.
safe here.
They just jumped them to 355.
Walmart Thursday before the open. So today, nothing really. Trip.com, whatever. Tomorrow morning, you have HD, Home Depot, Baidu, Bluetooth, PDD. You've got 3 China names there tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Target,
hey.
Lowe's, TJ Maxx, Williams Sonoma, NVIDIA, Pan W. on the
Fucking
19th, which is Wednesday, and before the open, Walmart on Thursday.
You gonna make me trim?
I was just pulling up those tickers as you were reading them off, and they all look terrible.
Yeah, well, it's just tough. Meta just rugged.
Dude,
nice six.
everything is running. I just had more alerts go off on the banks. Just got that Visa trim. New
There ain't no way
lows
I'm catching
on
this knife.
Google. Gosh, dang, son. All right, let's.
Damn, son.
Damn,
Where'd you
son.
find
Where'd you
this?
find this? Only here on Wolf Trading. See
Yeah,
if they
the
found
bonds got no bid either. Bonds are doing nothing.
The only thing that I need to cooperate a little bit more is Baba. These Baba puts to
Baba was my
roll
best
back over
trade
here.
of the year, by far. Not even close. I was
Baba.
long.
Baba looks like a massive short to me.
I was long Baba earlier in the year. I had some leaps on it, and I literally almost
Nice.
I sold half about 160. I had them from like $80, $85.
I had Baidu calls back in September. I bought them
Yeah.
back in here somewhere, and it just went on that insane run.
It was
I sold it up here somewhere.
Yep, I sold kind of towards the top and got a little short, and then I'm out of them now. But great trade on those two. That was a year maker for sure.
Come on, JPM.
Took out last week's low.
Morgan Stanley's almost there. MasterCard and Visa. Fucking. Oh my God.
Everything, dude. I mean,
You know, this is kind of the first time they're drilling everything. I mean, we saw a lot
The whole
last
market.
week and the week before where you'd have this rotation where a couple positive sectors, but they're just small.
Something. Yeah, something. It would be rotational instead of sell everything.
Yes,
Today it's
exactly.
been different character.
The only positive one you have today, not surprisingly, is utilities, XLU. Only sector in the green.
Healthcare was trying to be green, and it even healthcare is red.
Yeah, they started to fade that one.
All right, I'm covering.
Oh my God, Bitcoin is off a cliff.
All right.
You know, the dollar's up too. The dollar's had caught a bid the last probably 5 days, 6 days maybe.
All right, getting safety trims across the board here on bank puts. Those Googles are up at 12%. Nothing too crazy.
Watch out right here, Frank. You're hitting 600 on TQQ. Everything else looks just bad.
I mean,
Getting
I
a little
think
overextended.
Bitcoin's got to go to 70,000 or 73, 70 to 73. That's my target.
I'll buy it. I would consider buying Bitcoin if it has 6 in front of it.
Yes.
I'll start buying it under 70.
I just don't see
That's-
anything constructive until then. I mean, now you're kind of in.
They're under this level right here, nothing catches it to 85, 86.
Yeah.
Holy shit, IWM.
IWM down 2.3. What's crazy is the SPY and QQQ are down the same percentage. That's rare. Usually QQQ outperforms in
Dude,
both directions, right?
I just stopped sending alerts saying that I trimmed this one here, this one at this one, this one. I just said I trimmed all 4 positions.
Yeah, just trim everything.
Fucking error. I'm not typing everything out individually right now. We are getting some decent acceleration here downside. Fucking lock a little bit in. Gosh. This
600
is
on QQQ.
what a turn. What a turnaround.
If SPY was a 661, that means it took out both of the previous 2 weeks lows. Oh, no.
Hey, hi, how you doing?
But my puts are cooking. Let's go. I see you guys in the chat just cooking on puts right now.
Let's go. Light them up.
So light them up, light them up, light them up, it's all fire.
It's on fire.
Okay.
They just asked Trump about his health. He said, I feel great.
All right, that is the bottom of the that is the start of the MMK zone at the bottom. The zone is from 662.19 down to 661.19. That dollar area from Friday, November 9th, we just hit it to the penny on SPY.
I'll tell you what, though, for IWM, if you pull up the KRE and you look at that daily chart, if you look and just put a trend line from those highs straight down, I mean, we literally tagged it, on the 12th of November. Like just right there, boom, right to that high. Look at that.
Yeah, and that 50-day rolled over right on it.
Yep. I mean, that was a perfect setup to just say, if we don't get above that, there's your short entry.
Lord, dude.
All right. Visa 325 hitting here, still drilling. MasterCard still drilling. $100 per contract gain.
So I got long-term trend line on Visa down at like about 310.
That's my full target.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
Those are the puts that I have. I took 310s for December 19.
Yep.
So I took those earlier this morning at 270. They're at 370 here.
Yeah, that's probably the target for that, because that's right where you come into some longer term support on Visa.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Almost probably broken, already retested, but level like a retest of 330 to reshort it if we get it. But I don't think we will at this point.
Trump's funny. Why would I say that to you?
He's like, I don't know what Barron's doing, but Barron's selling all his Bitcoin today. Gold down $60 too.
Ooh, instant rejection on previous day low on yes. Instant. Oof.
So far, a nice reaction on SPY off the zone.
God, MSTR is down 53% in the last 6 months. Oh my God. What a Ponzi. Oh, Kenview. Just kind of news out. That's a rug and a half.
Oh shit.
Good
Sure.
Lord.
If you're watching this live stream and I haven't DM'd you back via freaking education file, I apologize. There's like 50 people today that I have to send it to. I will do that here momentarily. Getting some DMs. I will do that here in just a few.
I don't know what the odds are, Peter, but I don't see anything on any of these charts that tells me that there's like anything other than maybe a little short-term relief bounce because you're overextended. But the entire move that I saw happening played out to here. Now it's just a matter of how ugly does it get? How hard do we trend down into the end of the day? Imagine if NVIDIA didn't have earnings on Wednesday, imagine how bad we'd be down. Because they're trying to hold NVIDIA in. Ath, where are you at that it's good morning right now? Or are you saying GM? General Motors?
General Motors.
What? Trump just said he's going to give dividend revenues from tariffs in the middle of 2026.
Also, for the ones that are on X, if you don't know this, we cannot DM you on X if you're not following our X accounts. Majority of us. So I say that because there's a few people I cannot DM this file to because they do not follow the Casey Trades account on
Yeah,
it.
either. Or they've got them all turned off or something.
Yeah. So in order for me to send this thing to you, you gotta be following. Otherwise, it doesn't give me the little message button to send it.
All I know is if you look at this, I don't know how you make an argument to play along here. Even if price goes up, like I don't know how you're making an argument yet. David, I think you meant tariffs here. I don't know, not towers, but I don't think there's been an official ruling yet. He just made the comment, it would be a shame if we had to give all that money back. That didn't sound promising.
Datadog consolidating at previous day low, which is also previous week low. Looking for the break here. And then 177.57 enters into that gap. But again, obviously did trim down here near those areas, trimmed all the banks on the move down. We can stall out for a little bit going into power hour. Overall, I think these lows will get taken with time.
What's up, Tommy? I'm just chilling. Trimmed some puts down here. I'm just sitting in some. I'm not really doing anything with the futures. Frankie's over there still hitting on it.
I'm not sure if we ran this, but Maple's not here. But we'll go ahead and we'll do it in the chat. Let us know how your day is. Put a 1 in the chat if you're green. Put a 2 in the chat if you're red. I want to see. I'm gonna go ahead and be the first one. Put a 1 in the chat. We're green all the day. Coming into the last 43 minutes of this market trading session. Zero if you're flat or didn't trade.
There we go. I see I'm rolling in here. I dropped mine in there as well. My futures accounts. I have one that I haven't touched. I have 3 that are green.
Got a few 1s, got a few 2s, some more 1s. Someone said super 2. Someone said 1. That's my first eval today. Nice job, Captain.
Oh, let's go. Smooth.
There you go.
Throw some W's in the chat for that.
There we go.
Let's go. Hey, one thing that I will be watching for on some of these bounces is these leveraged ETFs that I'm dealing with some of these options. I mean, with NVIDIA coming up, NVDG is one of my favorite ones. I love trading the leverage. I know Casey does a lot as well, but I love trading the leverage ones. There's a whole list if you go to leverageshares.com. They've got something for almost every ticker, like NVDA. Here's NVDG. NW reporting this week as well. PANG. Palantir, if you're looking for a bounce. Hood, HOG, they have on here. Right there. Shout out to our channel partners, friends of the show, Leverage Shares. That's what, like, on these big bounces, that's where I'm going to look to take advantage. You're going to get oversold bounces at some point, and I would much rather, like, average my way into some of those 2x leverage shares than try to play some options. Because the options, if the VIX is this high, options could go in your direction, but the VIX crush could actually start taking away from some of your. So not financial advice, but you haven't checked out all these. I mean, some of you know some of the basic 2x leverage ones, but look at this list. I mean, look, I don't even know how many they have now. They come out with new ones like every other week. Spotify has one now. Starbucks. I didn't even know those are new.
Let's go. Sorry, GTG on Pepsi. I love seeing other people trade Pepsi. Let's go. January calls up 36% here. What a day for Pepsi.
Pepsi having a good day. Look at that.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola not doing anything.
No, Coca-Cola did the move prior, and then Pepsi hit the weekly trend line, and now it's getting the nice move up.
I mean, every pocket of the market other than Pepsi.
They have earnings this week, Ross. So does TJX. So does Target, Walmart. What else? What else is on that list? McDonald's? No. No, McDonald's doesn't have earnings. PGA's exit on balls deep in Peps. That means your freaking balls are super green.
I haven't looked at Lowe's chart in a long time. Holy sh!
Dude, Lowe's and Home Depot. They were great shorts. I can't believe I
I
missed
knew Home Depot was bad, but I hadn't looked at Lowe's in a while.
I didn't trade Home Depot because my Discord won't let me trade Home Depot anymore. So,
Homeless Depot?
yeah.
Dude, that looks like absolute death.
Yeah. That thing was disgusting.
We do a little bit of everything, Zizou. Misur. A little bit of everything around these parts. For me personally, like I do have like a handful of like longer dated options on a couple names that I like. That most of those are just chilling. I have some shorter term SPY and QQQ puts that I'm holding. Futures, I just day trade. Equity, I mostly just buy and trim. There we go. Anthony coming in with a 1. A lot of ones in here. Some twos. Some twos are understandable on a day like today, depending what you were in. The only thing I would just ask is, were you on day trades or swing trades? I mean, when I look at, I can understand if you saw what happened Friday and you said, I'm going to swing long. My intention to that would be we came right back to like the previous highs and rejected perfectly on Friday there. The EMAs were above our head coming back down. If you look at SPX rejected right at the EMAs 2 days in a row now. Like, let me turn off these drawings. See the EMAs coming down right here, the blue and the yellow? Like, there's the 21 EMA and the 9 EMA crossing. So, yeah. Trump just said it'd be okay to strike Mexico. Oh no. Johnny T, I'm down here. No, it's there was a big protest because of all the stuff going on. There was a mayor that got assassinated the other day. So there was a big they did a big march blaming the political party. All these stocks hit new 52-week highs at some point today. Google, American Express, Micron, Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, Barrick Mining, Monster Energy. The only recognizable tickers.
So just noticed the YouTube feed has a pretty bad delay. Anyone else notice that?
Click the live button.
Click the live button. which I don't know where that's at. That's just what
It's
I'm told me
literally
to tell
like
you.
3 seconds. So like if you're on YouTube, right next to where the pause and the sound is, there's a button that says live. Make sure you're not behind because it's like a 4 or 5 second delay. One of the fastest it's ever been.
Okay.
Look, I bought some Meta at 600 and I will buy more lower. I just want to make sure that that's clear. When I buy equity in something, I don't buy everything and I work my way into stuff and it's stuff that I plan to hold. So if Meta comes down to 550, if it comes down to 530, I'll buy more Meta. My cost basis is still down here somewhere. Where's my Meta? Average cost is now 560. And that's because I reset everything back in April.
Rivian's back at that support, but I personally, just risk management, I closed my position.
The short.
I mean, so far it's getting a nice reaction and still holding the support, but I mean, nice reaction. It's consolidating, sitting there. But no, I think the daily, mainly the weekly, is what I'm looking at. I think it can break through this level, get the push back down, and then wick and go back underneath 14. Once it does that, do the same thing that I usually do, which is buy January calls there and then sell cash secured puts at like 1250 or below. So we'll see if that sets up. Someone said, what do you think of SoFi here? I own SoFi at like freaking $12.
SoFi looks like it's in trouble.
Back testing 26. You would want this to hold this 25, 26 area. If you draw your weekly trend line from the April low, just kind of straight up, it's going to line up around 26, draw that support there. I mean,
The only problem I have with that chart is when you look at it from the last 3 months, when you trade up and then you trade sideways and you start to trade to that lower end of that range, it's a right in, right out. Like if you're gonna long it, if you're wrong, you know you got to get out right away because that thing's gonna break and break away quickly.
yeah.
On SoFi.
SoFi is going back to 25, and then you find out what it's made out of.
That's
Yep.
literally what I just said. I said 25 to
Yep.
26 area is going to be big support, and then take it from there.
Problem is, in this like up move, you've lost all of the trend now. 50
Correct.
days lost.
Yep.
Pretty much any way you try to make a trend through here.
Yeah, I think
Broken.
starting any kind of new position for calls or puts on SoFi, right where it's sitting at right now, I don't think either way is a clear setup and also just a good risk to reward setup for either direction. I think it's wait to see a clear setup on what happens as it's coming down to this little area, 25, 26 bucks. I mean, it can just go $1 lower. That's it. And then, rip off that area, go back higher. But I do think it is going to get tested and then see how the stock and how everything reacts near that area. Wait for a more of a clear sign and direction, either a break and base underneath that retest rejection, look to go short, buy or step back in. I mean, if you look at this area from Friday, October 3rd, down at 25 bucks, Friday, October 10th, down at $25. Is this a common theme? Friday, October 17th, 3 Fridays in a row. That's very strange. All of those times it came down to $25. The stock ripped straight back up to the same price every time, $29. So I would just wait to see if you see those buyers stepping again down there. I think risk reward would be good for longs, but breaking base underneath retest rejection could be a great spot for a short.
Yeah, the only other difference is if you look at before when you mentioned those times a couple months ago when we kind of break and you go back up at that 25 area, is now the financials are all a lot weaker than they were a month ago. So
Yeah.
you start to look at the financial sector as a whole and you say, okay, some of these other banks, the big banks are kind of breaking down and the XLF breaking down. I think path of least resistance is that 25 is probably tough.
I mean, this can just be a coincidence, okay? But if you do pull up Palantir on a 4-hour chart, or not Palantir, Jesus Christ, SoFi on a 4-hour chart, when it hit the high at 32.50, it was on a Wednesday. When it hit that high again in November, it was on a Wednesday. Every time the stock has come down drastically after a sell-off has been on a Friday. Friday, October 3rd, Friday, October 10th, Friday, October 17th, 3 Fridays in a row, and then Friday, November 7th.
The last two Fridays have been a big sell-off period in the market, and then like a couple
Friday,
weeks
November
before that
14th.
was the Trump. Like the last two Fridays have been sell-offs, right? And then was
And
like 4 weeks ago was the Trump tariff thing.
Dude, that's all those bottom wicks down there that go between 26 to 25. When they get the big bounce and rebound, it happens on a Friday. That's weird. That's crazy. SPY just hit 664. Nice bounce off the MMK zone. Back testing the trend line right now. That 4-hour trend line where it took
Even get over the
long
9
on
EMA
Friday.
right now.
I think we'll reject right here. Just send it lower. Because the 4-hour trend line that held for the Friday session, this previous one knifed straight through it. We hit the equal low. We're bouncing up, retesting, rejecting. It's kind of what you would want to see. Reject, close underneath this, and then just blood. It did put in a 15-minute reversal, but I like it for the rejection here. What time is it?
15-minute bear flag.
Oh, red candle coming in here, SPY, as we're talking about it. Oh, we want to do an SPX round 2 today, but flip the script and do a put. Oh. Who wants to go crazy with me? Who wants to go crazy?
Jordy does.
The SPX 6640s are only $285 right here. I mean,
I've had a hell of a time trying to get my Wi-Fi going.
You and me both. I lost internet earlier today too. I don't know what
Bro,
happened.
California gets hit with a storm and we can't handle it. Our Wi-Fi just goes out every time.
I heard there was like a record amount of wrecks in LA this weekend.
Oh, there was one right in Ventura, right where I used to live on the boat, man.
Dude,
Multiple. Like it was insane.
California, it rains and it's like if there was like black ice in
literally
in most places. Yep. People just it's like that down here sometimes too, because like I guess people aren't used to it. It doesn't rain very often, so like it just rains. People are just like, I gotta just crash into somebody.
It also does just get way more slick on our roads because we never get rain. So when it does rain, it brings up all the oil.
Slam it.
New lows.
$100 per contract gain, SPX 6640s. Freaking stupid.
380. $2 down.
Where is Rivian? About that level. Is it still holding it? Yeah. Just chilling right there. We got 25 minutes left. Oh, look at the heat map for the last freaking 4 hours. Is anything green? CCZ?
Vince Waller's making a bunch of comments right now.
Uh-oh.
Ah. No.
Support the 4-point cut at the December meeting. It's probably a helper for bonds.
Dude, there's nothing green. What is that?
The U.S. labor market is weak and near stall speed. These are comments from Waller.
Yeah. It was like 3 dovish comments and 2 hawkish comments altogether.
Yeah.
They said inflation was headed to the 2% target. So like it's one of those pre-written speeches. So like the squawker just read out the entire speech to me. All right, this question's for KC. I'm going to let him answer it. But if you see a downtrend at the lows of day, at previous day's lows, and you want to enter puts in here after we just dropped like 2%, like you're already not in the right mindset. But I'll let Casey answer this.
Wait, what's up? Casey, what put position should I answer? I'm going to tell you should never ask that question to anybody, my opinion, because to me, a question like that means you don't really have an idea of what you should be doing as a trader. I don't think you should be asking someone else like, "Wait, what position should I be entering in here?" One, no one on here is going to tell you what position to go ahead and enter, or provide any kind of financial advice or whatever it is. Entering into a put position here. So one, you got to think about it. There has been multiple areas today looking at the price action where risk to reward to go short has been absolutely an A+ setup. Going short within the last 23 minutes of the day at the bottom down here near the downtrend, I'd say if you're going to do anything with that, for me, it's just, quick trade, quick scalp, but utilizing profits to where if the trade doesn't work out and go red, it doesn't really matter for me and my trading because I've already made most of my money today. So when you're at the bottom of something like this and, market's about to close, risk to reward, looking overall at the chart, you've had plenty of opportunities to get a decent entry for put positions today. I don't think anything right here is, super interesting. I think you can get quick in and outs, on the volatility for the last 20 minutes, but I mean, just my opinion.
I would say the other thing too is if you're trying to trade puts for day trading, it's a little bit tougher. If you're newer, you're looking for I would try to look at more position trading to start. If you're, not fluid with day trading puts, because it can run away from you with volatility and everything else if you're not sure what to enter. So I would not start trying to do 0 DT puts or something like that.
I'll tell you right now, on SPX, 6640 puts, 0 DTE right now are at $220 per contract. Just watch the options chain on how these things move within the last 15, 20 minutes. You're going to get your mind blown.
Don't trade 0 DTs with 20 minutes till the close.
No.
Unless you're a very, very experienced scalper.
I have one right now. I have that position right now.
Or unless you got some kind of news
Because
where
that's for
the
anybody.
market was either ripping or dropping quickly.
Yeah, catalyst. Yeah, something.
Catalyst,
That would,
something like that. That's it.
yeah, bombs start flying in the Middle East or something. I mean, yeah, a different scenario.
Hopefully Trump doesn't start doing stuff in Mexico. You're gonna be wearing a helmet down there.
Yeah, no, I'm in a good spot. No, we're not worried about it over here. If anything, it'll just crowd up here because everybody will head this direction.
Yeah, Duke and NEE, they're both fantastic. We talked about them last week. Energy, I sent the post as well yesterday for the sectors on which ones had the more relative strength in those names. Energy was at the top of that list. I think EMP was just talking about NEE a little bit ago as well.
Yeah, that's one of the names. It's one of like the less sexy names that's in my portfolio.
Listen,
Really hasn't done
utilities
much
are
in a
up a
long
lot
time.
this year, to be
But
honest.
I like NE. They just have exposure to a lot of different things. Like a lot of different energy stuff.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Give me a fat red candle coming into the market.
This does not look like
No.
one to squeeze shorts. Squeeze shorts, you have to have people that are all. You have to like something has to get off sides. So like, you'd have to give a reason for shorts to cover, and people are not. If they're short from much higher than where we're currently at. So there's no setup for a short squeeze. And you could get short covering, but based on today's action and the daily candle, it does not look like anyone has any reason to close any shorts. You look at this, we took out previous day's low. We failed to hold the 50-day. We have an upper wick. Nothing looks good about this. There's no.
It looks yucky.
Have you seen this chart?
If you're looking on like an intraday basis as well, just two things to keep an eye on. Look at the breadth, and then look at the ticks. Those would be the two things that I would point you to, because if those are just continually staying below zero and breadth is still negative, unless you see that material start to improve, there's no short covering rally.
Shop, I think, was already a short. It printed an evening star on the weekly around 153. I think you're late to the party.
Dude, Ondas is down 13% today. This thing goes any lower, this thing's. I think it can go down another 35%. Gross. Let's play this game. Breakout, back test, and go. Pretty good. Let me uninvert the. There you go. I mean, I don't have the Wolf account. I'm not connected to anything.
And the 15-minute morning star on SPY off the support is still holding, but we're about to close underneath that trend line in 15 seconds. But it's closing green underneath of it, so it's like, well, now they're sitting right on it. And it's closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, they closed above it. This will be interesting. They closed above it by pennies, but they can rip SPY up a little bit higher into the close or sell it.
Come on
back
down, Wapbender. Come on down.
They do pop it. It's like 664.94 on SPY.
I was looking at a butterfly in Tesla, maybe for next week's expiration. Maybe like KC, what do you think? You trade any butterflies at all?
I do occasionally. I haven't in a while, but Tesla's a great one for it.
I just like the way like this test of the 420s, and then with like the three, that congestion between the 340 to 360 area. I almost think something like maybe like 380, 350. I'd like to do a broken wing, like 320. Small debit. Or maybe 300, I think maybe it would do.
So what do the premiums look like? Whoa, what's this flow coming in right here?
You don't have net earnings out of the way.
Hood. Someone just bought $90 calls on Hood for $319, 2027 above the ask. 600 of them at 47.5. Jesus, 4,700. About 3 million. Some MU puts are trying to come in too, which I know that name's been on a tear. Is it starting to pull back? Oh, it did. Went above last Monday's high. Pulling back a little bit. There's flow on 230 puts for 11/21, 2025 at 450. Is Rivian ripping off my level again?
We talked about HIMS a little bit earlier for Lasso in here. This is one of those where I would say if you close a couple daily candles here, maybe, then you can think about it for like a relief bounce or something, or if you're buying long term based on whatever your thought process is. To me, this is one of those where like your next short target is reached, but just a short playing out does not mean something is a long. That's my general stance.
You gotta be shitting me, Rivian.
Yeah, I like to see some bullish price structure first.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about a bunch of charts. Will was like, you can get some oversold bounces here, but it's tough for me to want to long anything without some type of structure to go off of, and I don't see that anywhere right now.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, you get some oversold bounces that could end up getting just resold. So unless you're coming to like big areas, but you talk about something like HIMS below the 200, kind of in a free fall. I wouldn't be trying to, that's, I would say, so to speak, catch a falling knife. I wouldn't try to be buying calls on that. It's oversold, but I think it's probably a bounce that gets sold below the 200 day.
Jesus.
I just think that goes back to the bigger premise is that you got a lot of these charts across a lot of these names that look heavy or are starting to trade sideways to down. And that goes back to, if you're going to start a position, maybe you start small, but I wouldn't be going all in on stuff that's oversold because they can continue to go lower.
Coin 340 calls 12/18, 2026 coming in above the ask. They bought 334 of them at $5,000 a piece. $1.68 million order. Boy. Oh, look at that ripper on spot. Fucking 15-minute Morningstar. I should have hit the long off the MMK zone, but I was way too late.
Yeah, you're gonna. I mean, you got some people that were short. Probably is a trending day for the back half of the day that are.
Yeah, you take some
cover and
profit on
get
it.
flat.
What a ripper.
We're down 1% on the day still. Let's just keep that in mind.
Correct.
You can see a bounce in a candle, and
They could give that up in the last 5 minutes. You're gonna get a lot of
yeah,
narration for MOC and everything else.
Dude. Now Rivian's putting in a 30-minute Morningstar off the freaking level. Look at this thing.
I hope this does bounce a little bit further. That way I can just short it tonight.
I like a in the Qs. I like that's against the 605 area.
Yeah.
Right against that kind of shelf we broke. 60, 605.60, something like that, 606. And the NQ. Yeah, like 24,965. I mean, really, until we get NQs back over like 25.5, like I just don't see, other than scalps or bounces, I think rallies get sold until further notice outside of earnings. But we got to get back somewhere, above that shorter term downtrend.
$2.3 billion to buy on S&P today. I think this is going much lower tonight.
Overnight?
I think we're going another 400 points down. 500.
I think
from here.
I think we're gonna take out. We'll take out the last Friday low at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, I think ultimately, we got to go back and test the October 10th area. That's where we're going. That's 65.50, 589 in the Qs. Like, I think that's just like unfinished business. We need to go back and test that level.
Yeah, I could see us going to that October low.
I'm not saying we get there tomorrow, obviously, but I mean, I think that's where
we're going to 426, and then let's go see 24 like 170.
Yeah. Yep.
Oracle's getting some volume into the close.
God, there's so many things that line up for that.
I know, right?
Oh my God. No.
I think last week's, Monday rally on the government opening and all that was just a big sucked everybody in. That's
big old bull trap. Well, it was like the last like hurrah of good news. I mean, what's left other than Nvidia earnings?
Right. Like on my daily chart, the one indicator that I run in Thinkorswim says market forecast falling, trend bearish, divergence, all red. Everything's negative on the daily. So no longs for me.
Here's your square off to 6,700 SPX. Or I mean, I'm sorry. Yes. 674 SPX. I don't know. Walmart earnings is going to save this?
Maybe. They're going to announce all that rare earth.
Let's go, Walmart.
Quantum rare earth AI drones. It's coming to the Walmart near you. Can you imagine if the NFP data comes out Thursday and it's bad? Oh no!
I know. I like the catalyst setting up for a bad NFP, and I think you're getting jobless claims as well. And then if Nvidia does not, shock and awe the market, it could be it could get spicy fast.
We're under the weekly 9 right here too. And it's not a close, whatever, but it's still there.
I keep seeing everybody saying, like, you look on across the feeds and everyone's like, oh, you got the seasonals. We got the seasonal Santa Claus rally. Well, we did not have any seasonals in September.
The whole year hasn't been seasonal.
Yeah.
There's been no seasonality this year. It's all been completely off. And now people want to.
Now Santa Claus rally's coming.
Like I'll show you the.
Somebody just posted Michael Saylor working in McDonald's.
Yeah, that's great. Like here's seasonality. Let me put the last 5 years on here.
Yeah, that's great.
So the Santa Claus rally is the last week of the year.
Correct.
See this on the far right?
Not the last 6 weeks.
No. It's the last week of the year is when the Santa Claus rally happens. If you actually look, these last 4 weeks of the year, the first week of December is usually down. Then you have a couple of chop weeks, slightly up on average, and then the last week of the year. That's seasonality normally, right? We know seasonality this year is completely off. Clearwater Analytics has an offer to be acquired. CWAN, Clearwater Analytics, coming from Reuters.
Trying to find something I like.
I've been trying all day, Will.
I know. I think I honestly I don't know, maybe not. This one kind of scares me, but dollar index, that's kind of the only thing I like that's semi-constructive.
Some US dollars.
Yeah. I mean, I trade a lot.
Yeah. Dude, everything. Why is everything? The VIX looks pretty strong.
Yeah, I do have some calls on the VIX. Some call spreads, 20-25s.
Can V make a new low of day in the next 20 seconds? Come on.
Now that you look at the high in the VIX back in on the October, what was that? Was that the 10th? The 17th? You had that big spike overnight. and now we're kind of curling back up. This NFP, I'm going to say it right now. The NFP data does not come out good. That high is going to get taken out because the market's going to be way off sides and bonds are going to be way off sides. The rate cuts will be a little bit more fast and furious.
Well, there's your bell.
Ding, ding, ding. Well, my SPX1 put expired worthless. Well, actually, I think it still moves until 4:15, right?
Not SPX. SPX is closed
No.
cash close.
Damn it! They owe me $225.
We'll get it back.
Well, technically, I made $800 prior on SPX, so that was the reason why I took that trade. I was like, if it goes, I'll make $1,000 on SPX today. If it doesn't, then I just lose $225. I'm still fine.
House is money.
Yeah. Made 300 on the calls earlier. My credit spreads. The other one, the one side I closed for 70%. The other side just expired for 100%, and then took the quick call for $100 per contract gain, and then just lost this last one for $225. So overall, it's like 600 something bucks just with SPX today. And then Visa. Oh, Visa did do it.
Short.
Visa did it. Let's go. Let's go, Visa.
Oh,
yes. Right at the close, baby. Visa freaking options. I think they go berserk after the. Let me see. Where'd they close at? $100 per contract gain still. Well, I have an alert set for 321.60. See if that goes off.
Here's your back test of the golden retrace right here.
You kind of had Meta look like, Meta kind of double bottomed at this like 595. Closed at 602. Looking at like the hourly. If that holds and you get back above this like 614 area, maybe a trade there.
All right. Well, great day, everyone.
It's been a great day.
It's been a
MicroStrategy is going bankrupt. Yeah, that's why they
See
were
you guys
showing Michael
tomorrow.
Saylor working at McDonald's.
See ya, Frankie. Like I was having this discussion last night. It sounds like a crypto coin to me. If you're in early, then it's everyone else buying is the only like bullish argument. All right. I'm gonna scalp this short a little bit here to get a little. I needed a trade over here, like for $250.
Here, man. Let me join you real quick. Let me
JC wants in.
Somebody tell me how MSTR has any type of alpha. One, the chart is chart's terrible.
Terrible.
There's just nothing bullish about this chart anywhere. But tell me how buying MSTR is better than buying Bitcoin. Tell me how it makes any sense.
Yeah,
I don't.
you're just raising money to buy Bitcoin.
Serious question. There's no leverage. The only people that have leverage is like the only way that you have some type of like actual leverage is with time. It's not with the price or anything. So if you're like buying the debt from Sailor, so if you hold like the actual warrants or whatever, and in time Bitcoin goes up enough that outpaces where your share price is and the MNAV, which is a made up term anyway, then yes, okay, there's the only leverage that you have. Outside of that, that was the best super chat we've got, probably right there. I don't know, like in Bankrupt, like just to be fair to the other side, like Bankrupt is they have what $17 billion in Bitcoin, so maybe it's more than that. I can't remember the actual numbers. I actually looked at them last night. I was in a conversation around this, but at some point they can sell Bitcoin and buy back some of their own shares to like do some financial engineering there. But outside of that, I wouldn't buy MSTR anywhere. I mean, it could go to $80 a share. I wouldn't buy it. I have not heard a convincing argument of why you would buy MSTR and not buy Bitcoin.
Agree. It doesn't. I just don't think it. Why not just buy Bitcoin outright? What alpha does the company give you? I don't really get it.
Look at your performance. If you actually zoom in to what's been going on. Here, where do you want to go? Year over year? Where's November of last year? Right here. Year over year, MSTR down 46%, Bitcoin's up 1%. It's a 50% difference. And if your argument is, yeah, if you bought MicroStrategy back here, sure. Gosh, how far do you have to go back to make them even? There you go. You would have had to buy MSTR in 2018 to outperform Bitcoin. 7 years ago. You would have had to buy MSTR 7 years ago to outperform Bitcoin right now.
Not a great trade.
I mean, the math is the math. I'm sorry. The math is the math. Look at this. It's lined up right there. It's lined up. August of 2018, you could have bought MSTR and outperformed Bitcoin. Or obviously, if you bought MSTR at $13, I don't think anybody here bought MSTR at $13.
Waller made it. I don't know if this was in his remarks or he made this, but I just saw this at 3:03 p.m. He said that it could be as short as a month or a couple of months before the balance sheet grows again. Maybe a little foreshadowing.
I'm hearing that firms are paying for AI investment by not hiring. 25 basis point rate cut won't get growth back to where it was. All right, team. Well, great day, great stream. Make sure you give it a like and subscribe. I'll be live in the morning tomorrow.
Let's go.
Spaces will be live tomorrow, of course, as well. What all do we have? Yeah.
We got data now.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at that before we close out here, Jordan.
I don't think we have data tomorrow though.
Well, I know we have more data coming out, but the tomorrow ADP employment change 8:15, New York Fed services 8:30, Red Book 8:55, factory orders. Yeah, nothing too crazy here. Tomorrow, Wednesday, nothing that really gets my attention other than the minutes. 20-year bond auction. Thursday though, NFP.
NFP.
NFP is back.
That'll be good. It will be a good time. Well, y'all, I'm hopping off. Great day.
Yep.
Let's make it a great morning again tomorrow.
Will,
Hopefully get some
KC,
more opportunity.
Shorty.
Shout out to the crew. We'll see you on Stop Pick, Sam.
Yeah, we got stock picks in 50 minutes. And then we have gold chat after that too. So
Let's go.
a lot of more stuff coming. I'm going to jump over to Stocks on Spaces and see if the world's burning down over there.
All right. We'll see everybody later. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Later, guys.